Are you feeling overwhelmed in your business? Do you feel like day to day is a little bit chaotic? You probably don't have good systems in place for your business and for your life because let's face it, your business is only part of your actual day to day life. And having systems in place is the best way of making sure that you stay on top of everything, as well as giving you a chance to feel at your absolute best by prioritizing your health, family, house, and everything else, as well as your business. And having systems in place will help you achieve all of that. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I posted a reel yesterday and I was really surprised at how many pieces of artwork I managed to create in January. And we're not just talking small pieces. I did 2 commissions and 3 large pieces. And I was bewildered that I'd actually done all that in January. And I think it's because I have got to a point where I'm quite good at sticking to my schedule and sticking to my systems, and I've created like systems in my life that work for me. There's definitely some systems that are still a little bit clunky, and being on your own, you do the work yourself and not everything can be automated. But I wanted to talk to you about what the systems I have in place. And how I fit everything in around my daily life, being a mum, having horses, and having a house to run as well. I'm going to start with content because the social media content that I create is very much based on what I actually draw and what I'm actually doing. So I feel like my marketing, my social media content fits in well with my actual tasks and what I've got coming up. At the start of the month, I sit down and I write a content plan and a work plan for the month. So I'll fill in things that I've got coming up, events, commissions, deadlines, all that sort of stuff. And then I'll think of fun content to help promote that work or help show people what I'm doing. It doesn't stop me from sometimes having a complete mind block and not being able to post anything one day, but it helps to get my brain into gear for the upcoming month. I try to get into the mindset of my audience and my ideal customer and think about, what does my audience need? What do I feel like my ideal customer is feeling at the moment? I sometimes do find it difficult to post and know what to post. I'm not perfect on that. But what I think I've realized is I actually need to be posting a week behind what I'm creating to allow me time to really consider my content and have more than one piece of content for each piece of art. So sometimes I find that if I create a piece on, say, a Tuesday, then I want to post about that piece that Tuesday night. But actually what I think will work better is if I one step ahead with my art so that my content doesn't necessarily match up to the art that I've done that exact day, because that gives you a bank of resources that are already created ahead of time, so that when you're creating art, you're not thinking, I've got to film this, edit this and post this tonight. You've already got your content for that day scheduled. I have definitely found that I've saved time by having a content creation day. So one day a week I will choose to make it an admin day, and that will include filming some B-roll. It will involve maybe doing a YouTube video, recording a podcast, making one day my admin day and doing some bulk filming, because I really need to be in the mindset to create art. And I have tried in the past to do drawing in the morning and then admin in the afternoon, but I don't think it actually works in my head. I think I just have to have a day where I'm drawing, and having one day which is an admin day and putting that into your schedule is a good way of ensuring that you get all of the admin side done, because let's face it, the admin side is actually the bigger part of the business, but you need to create the art or create whatever you do to actually have something to sell and have something to market and have content to create. My system for onboarding clients. Now, I've tried a few different things because I feel like this is still a little bit clunky and takes up a lot of my time, but because what I offer is a high ticket personal service, I feel like I owe it to the client to have those one-to-one chats via DM or email or voice note, because they're paying a lot of money, and I don't think I'd want to change that form of communication. But what I have changed recently is how I ask for payments. And I've found that giving people your bank details is okay. And especially for UK, like it does work, but you can now create payment links. And that's a lot more of a seamless process to getting people to pay you. I use Monzo for my business banking, and you can create a payment link directly in Monzo for people to pay you. I would stay away from doing that. If you're in the UK, don't use a payment link for your bank necessarily for international clients, because there are fees. So check out all of the different payment providers and choose the payment provider which works best for you and look at what their fees are. I have decided to just stick with Go Cardless for all of my international payments because you can create one-off payment links. So for my international clients, I don't offer a direct debit service. And there's two reasons for this. One is because the exchange rate can fluctuate, and two, you will pay more in fees the more transactions that are made. I've offered now a pay in two service, so half of it's got to be made to secure the commission, and then the second half has got to be paid off a month before the commission is due to start, and that only requires two payments. And Cardless seems to be one of the cheaper ones, so I'm really happy that I've chosen to do that. If you are keen on signing up to Go Cardless, then if I refer you, then I will receive some money. So please send me a message if you would like to sign up to Go Cardless, because it'll benefit me. So yeah, it's just a brilliant provider. My finance systems, similar to that. So yeah, like I've said, I've started doing payment links now to make it more of a seamless process, but also once a week, I update my accountancy spreadsheets. I don't use Xero or QuickBooks or any of that other accountancy software, purely because I'm a little bit of a control freak over how something looks. And when you're given a spreadsheet from somebody else and to them it looks perfect, and to you just can't get on board with it. That's what I found with the accountancy software. I had to create a spreadsheet that looked right to me. So I do it manually, and I could make it slightly easier for myself, but I find that it doesn't take up too much time. If I go through my bank account once a week and then I input all of my expenditure onto my cash flow forecast, my husband's done some very cool formulas. So I don't actually have to calculate anything. It's all done for me. But that's another system that I've got in place. If I stuck to a schedule, this is what my weekly schedule, my weekly systems would look like in an ideal world. So on a Monday, I have my daughter and we go out and do activities, and I've got a nap time of about an hour, and then I've got evenings. So on a Monday, all I try and do is refine my content plan for the week. So if I've done the content plan for the month, I then try and refine it for the week and edit any reels that I need to do. And in the evening, I will write my emails for the week. On a Tuesday, content creation, recording the podcast, and admin day. Like I said before, I find it much easier to have one day where I just do admin, because I'm in that mindset of admin, whereas if I'm trying to do half and half of creating and admin work, I just can't quite get into both of them. I'd much rather have a day where I just focus on admin and I get all the work that I need to do for the week done in that one day. And also, if I want to put makeup on, like I have to put a little bit of makeup on today, then I only have to do that one day. I only have to get dressed nicely one day. I don't have to think about that the other days of the week. I probably draw with Sudocreme on my face more than anything. On a Wednesday then, once I've done all that admin, I will spend a day drawing, and I will really make sure that I have the most productive day that I can. And ways that I stay productive are headphones on, phone on do not disturb. Like, that is one of the big ones, and you can change your settings so that you still get calls from important people, and that stops me from reaching for my phone when notification comes through. Also, if you're filming yourself creating art, you can't be on your phone. So as another good way of making sure that you don't get distracted is actually film yourself, because then your phone will just be recording you and it won't be distracting you. Thursday, again, I will aim to do drawing all day. Whether I'll have finished a drawing by then or whether I'll still be working on one, I will try and do an all day drawing again. And then for me, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday is very much dependent on other people, whether they can take my daughter for me or whether I'm busy. So my systems for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as they change every single week, I just use it as a catch-up time. And if I get extra time to work, if my daughter gets taken out by a grandparent, then I think about what I've done that week. What would I like to finish? What do I need to do for next week? So those very much catch-up days. If you've got more time than me and you don't have children or something, then you should still schedule in a day or half a day where you use it as a catch-up time, because there will always be the need for a catch up. You might be wondering, when the hell do I fit in all the other stuff in my life, like riding my horse, cleaning the house, cooking, shopping, all that stuff? Luckily, with the horses, me and my mum, we're a great team. We both do the stables in the morning, and I fit in maybe 2 or 3 rides a week, and I will do those in the morning. Not to bore you with my entire life story, but my husband works away midweek, so I'm sometimes at the horses at 6 a.m. and I'm sometimes at the horses at 7:45. It depends on when my husband's home and when he's not. So normally when I'm there at 6 a.m. I can clean the stables out and ride and still be home for 9 o'clock. Whereas, when I can't do that because I'm going to take my daughter to nursery, which I'm not begrudging. I absolutely love doing that. Like, I love taking her to nursery and getting her up. It's the time wise means that I won't get back till probably 10 if I rode. So I choose to only ride when I go to the horses at 6 a.m. So normally I only ride over the weekend. Cleaning the house, I was trying to do it on a Monday when my daughter was around, but anyone else with a toddler will know that trying to clean a house when even just trying to keep it tidy when they are following you behind with getting their toys out or wanting to use the spray that you're using. She's in the phase at the moment where everything I do, she wants to do. It's really difficult to focus and actually get like a job done. So my system at the moment is I will at least tidy on a Monday or do something to help me clean throughout the week. So I know that it would probably be easier if I just did it all in one go, but really it's not in my priority list. Like, I don't want to spend 2 hours cleaning my house when I could be spending 2 hours working. So I tend to do my housework throughout the week. And on a Tuesday or Wednesday, I then have started doing all of my washing in one day. I've done 6 loads of washing today. And even though it's going back and forth to the washing machine a few times, I think for me, it's a bit like the bulk admin day. I think I like doing things in bulk. I like one day where I just do all the washing. So that works really well for me. So think about the systems for your house and your life as well as your business, because it all impacts each other. My husband and I are a great team in the house. I hate going to Tesco and he likes it. So that's his job and I'm happy with that. I think what's important when you're creating systems for your life is prioritizing the planning of your week and prioritizing the planning of your systems. Like, actually sit down and write out some systems for different aspects of your life. Do that when you've finished listening to this podcast. There's definitely always ways also of improving your time efficiency when it comes to tasks. I always get my parcels collected by Royal Mail and it just takes away that one extra task for me. Also, setting boundaries for your emails. So I try to not look at my emails until the evening. And the one benefit to that is half my clients are from America. And because they're behind us in the time zone, me emailing in the evening is actually quite a good time for them to pick up emails. If you're a parent, then you might be like me and you might struggle with the constant battle between wanting to work, needing to work, but wanting to spend time with children and then feeling guilty when you don't spend time with them. I feel guilty when I send her off to grandparents, even though they want to see her. And even though I know that she loves it and it's good for her and it's good for me, I still have a pang of guilt when I've chosen to not be with her and chosen to send her off to somewhere else. I don't know why it happens, but the mum guilt is real. So I've set myself some boundaries and I try and stick to these, to not just to help my mental health and my relationship with my work-life balance, but also to make sure that I am not letting myself slip into being on my phone or always trying to do work when she's around. I try really hard from the time that I pick her up from nursery to the time that she's in bed, which is only an hour and a half. I don't look at my phone, so that I'm really present with her and I can actually cook dinner. We can watch a bit of TV together. We can do bath time. We can read a book. We can eat dinner together. And we can do all that without me thinking about work. I just switch off from work. And that's been one of the best forms of therapy for me, for not feeling guilty and not constantly thinking about work. I try one day a week to take her out somewhere. Mondays, generally, I will take her out for half a day and do something fun. Make sure that you accept help when it's offered and when you need it, and don't be afraid to ask for help. I know I'm a massive hypocrite for saying that, because it, like I said earlier, it really does give me the mum guilt when she goes off for somebody, and I need to be better at asking for help. Like, I really do. I just wait for people to offer for me. Basically, being a parent, having a business, all the other stuff is very difficult, but it's very rewarding, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And it's just accepting the phase of life that they're currently in, especially because it won't last forever. My daughter is a toddler. She's 2 years old. So it's a very demanding phase, and she's exhausting. And I do find that I have a short fuse with her sometimes. But by segmenting my business from my time as a mum and making sure that I've planned in my schedule all my business stuff, so that when it comes to being a mum, I'm not thinking about work, has been the best way that I've allowed myself to be the most present parent that I can. So those are my systems. I hope that by me talking through my systems, it's helped spark some ideas for you on how you can improve your systems. And don't forget that the systems are just in place to help you thrive as best as you can in your business. They're not there to punish yourself with if you don't do it. You have got the ability with a business to carve out your own hours, and sometimes things will go wrong and there will be an illness, or there'll be a big life event. Things are going to change all the time. So go away and think about all of the systems that you have in place for your business. And if you don't feel like you've got systems, or whether your systems are particularly effective at the moment, then sit and just schedule in some time to sit and plan through those, and it will just help you and your business thrive. It will help you compartmentalize all of the different sides of your business, and it will also help you and also don't forget to think about your schedule and how you can make sure you've got a work-life balance. And having those systems in place for your business will help everything just come together in one go. I hope this was useful. Thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to leave me a rating and a review. I would really appreciate some more reviews on Apple Podcasts. So please go and do that. It'll only take a few seconds. Go on, go do it. If you're watching on YouTube, love you to leave me a comment, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.